Strategic Homeland Division, Personal Field Log. Agent Samuel Gator Crook. Location, Forward Operations Room, Brooklyn Airfield. Date, January 18th. Time, 15:05 hours. Soon as I stepped fully into that room, the noise from outside dropped off like someone shut a door on the rest of the world. Inside, it was all business. Maps spread across the main table. Radios crackling low. A couple of officers leaning over marked up sections of the East Coast like they were trying to stitch a country back together with ink and hope. One of them straightened up when I walked in. Older guy. Not old enough to be retired, but old enough to look tired in a way sleep don't fix. "Agent Crook," he said. "That's me." He gave a small nod, then tapped the table. "All right. You just got here, so I'll keep this simple." He stepped to the center of the table and rested both hands on the map. "Division's still operational," he said. "But we're not winning. Didn't sugarcoat it. Didn't need to. We've got control of the White House. That's our main base of operations in D.C. He tapped another few marked spots. Couple safe houses spread across the city. Settlements too. Civilian strongholds trying to rebuild something that looks like society. He paused a second. But everything else? He shook his head slightly. Contested. He looked up at me. You take a block today. You lose it tomorrow. I crossed my arms. No stable control. None, he said. It's a constant back and forth. We push in, clear it out. Factions move right back in once we pull resources. So this wasn't a war with the front line. This was erosion. Slow, constant, never ending. The officer moved over to a large wall map. Different sections marked in colors. Territory lines drawn, scratched out, redrawn. This is the current situation in D.C. He pointed to the western side. Outcasts control most of the west side. From the Lincoln Memorial all the way out to the Federal Emergency Bunker. He let that sit a second. They're survivors of quarantine zones that got abandoned, left to die. And they didn't forget it. His tone hardened. They believe anyone who wasn't left behind is part of the problem. Civilians, military, division. All targets. Fanatics, not organized military. Not criminals. Something worse. People with nothing left but anger. He stepped to the right side of the map, tapped a large section. Hyenas. Pretty much owned the eastern side of D.C. He traced a line with his finger. From the southwest sector up through Judiciary Square. I watched the map. That was a lot of ground. They're not soldiers, he continued. They're opportunists. Scavengers. Addicts. Run-off chaos. Fast, aggressive, unpredictable. He glanced at me. You'll run into them a lot. Didn't sound like a suggestion. Then he moved lower on the map. Tapped a few scattered zones. True sons. Got pockets in the south, around West Potomac Park and the Washington Monument. His tone changed a bit. Less hostile. More measured. Former military. Organized. Disciplined. Out of all the factions, they're the closest thing to an actual fighting force. I nodded slightly. Friend or enemy? He gave a half shrug. Depends on the day. That wasn't reassuring. We've had limited cooperation with them, he continued. Trading supplies, sharing intel. But don't get comfortable. They've got their own vision for how this country should be rebuilt. And I had a feeling it didn't include people like me making decisions. The officer stepped back from the map. That's the battlefield. 3 major factions, civilian settlements caught in the middle. And us. He looked directly at me, trying to hold it all together. I glanced back at the map. All those lines, all those zones, none of it stable, none of it permanent. This wasn't about winning. This was about holding on. I let out a slow breath. So what's the mission? The officer gave a small, tired smile. Same as everyone else, Agent Crook. Get out there. Take what you can. And try not to lose it faster than you gained it. I nodded once. Didn't say anything else. Didn't need to. As I turned to leave, I caught one last look at that map. All those contested lines. All that ground changing hands over and over again. Back on the farm, problems were simple. Fix the fence, feed the animals, keep things running. Out here, there wasn't anything simple left. End log.